So before this video gets started, I do want to mention that we got some brand new merchandise on the website. First of all, our #1 seller now in a brand new color, the heather green. This is a super clean and comfortable t-shirt, and there's really not that many of them, so they're definitely gonna go quick. And also we got some brand new hats. These are our red and blue fadeaway hats with our new logo on them. The blue ones are almost gone because we did do an early drop on Instagram, but the red ones are getting released right now, and these suckers are super fire and they're definitely gonna go quick. So if you guys want to help support your boys, be sure to visit goonzquad.com. But now let's get back to the video. We're gonna let you guys decide. Let us know if we should. What we got there? We got a delivery. Ooh.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna continue working on the 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. And as you seen in the previous video, we finally jumped into the interior and we got that sucker completely cleaned up. And also we primed in all the grinded areas as well as that new piece that we spliced in there. And we even got it painted. So the whole entire interior is basically ready to be thrown back in, but we're actually gonna hold off on that until we paint the whole entire exterior like we mentioned in the previous video. And that's exactly what we're gonna start doing next. We're gonna start prepping this whole entire exterior for paint by wet sanding, probably starting with the bodywork areas or the primered areas. Then we're slowly gonna work our way around the whole entire Jeep. We may have to take apart a few things here and there, but we're just gonna do what we gotta do. So I say we just dive right in, not waste any time, grab some materials, some water, and just get straight to work. Dude, that right there is nice and smooth, man.
Man, for our first bit of wet sanding on the primer, dude, this quarter panel turned out perfect. As you guys know, we did do a good bit of body work on this quarter panel. It had like some weird dingers, but dude, it is ready for some paint. But
we even had to blow up a balloon back there.
Yeah, we blew up a couple balloons back there to pop that sucker out. But dude, that is ready, but we're still gonna keep on moving with all of our primered areas. I believe we got a few more on this side. We're gonna jump on the next biggest one, is this door over here. Try to get this nice and straight.
And this stuff does sand out pretty quick, don't it?
Yeah, we're using a 500 grit. That's just gonna make it nice and smooth for the paint to actually stick. And then, I mean, it sands out quick with the 400, 500, whatever you want to use. But for the doors and stuff, the 600, usually original paint takes way longer because they use some kind of like weird clear coat that's like super tough.
Or they run it like through the oven or something,
yeah,
and they bake it.
Yeah, they bake that sucker like crazy. But anyways, we're just going to keep on moving with this primer, try to get it all knocked out, and then jump on the paint. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it for all of our primered areas. They're all wet sanded and they turned out nice and smooth. They turned out perfect. The next step is to pretty much go ahead and grab some 600 grit and sand the rest of this Jeep. But we're probably gonna do that tomorrow in the morning because we did get an early start in today's video. I mean, we're just trying to knock this thing out as soon as possible. I mean, we just sold the GTR a couple hours ago, right?
Dude, this morning we sold it, which is crazy. I guess we didn't skip a beat. We just kept moving.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
We're just trying to get this thing done because this thing is just gonna be an absolute animal.
Dude, we got some sick stuff coming for us, some epic parts. So we can't wait to actually get it back to OEM spec.
Oh yeah, dude. We're just trying to get this paint job knocked out because that's just the next biggest thing. You know, the framework was pretty big. Now the paint job is the next biggest thing. So once we get this thing painted, man, it's gonna be like a breeze from there.
It's gonna be a breeze. The interior is gonna fly together, and then we're gonna start doing some mods.
Dude, that's exactly what I'm waiting for. That's why I'm trying to get this thing done as soon as possible. But anyways, we're just gonna have to catch you guys tomorrow in the morning.
All right, so it is the next day here. We're just gonna keep moving along with this side over here. And the very next thing that we're gonna do is actually remove some of this trim off of these doors here, remove that door handle as well as scrape off this little lettering right here. And then we're gonna grab a 600 grit and completely wet sand this whole entire side.
Dang! Woo. That was crazy right there. What are you trying to do? A little roller coaster ride right there?
Like a twister ride right there for me. I'm not good with roller coasters, so.
That thing about sent you to a whole nother planet right there.
I feel like I'm on another planet right now, like a wavy one.
But the reason why we're messing with that tool or why we have that tool is because there's a bunch of residue on these trim pieces that we're trying to get off because we're trying to save these trim pieces, right?
Yeah, these are like custom. I guess they're painted black for the SRT and the Trackhawk models. The other ones are chrome. So the ones that came with this door are chrome. So we're gonna have to buy new ones here and probably new ones over here because they're kind of scratched up. But these we're gonna save because everything for this Trackhawk is pretty expensive.
Exactly.
So.
As we mentioned already, and also we got the residue off of this right here. This was just for a regular Grand Cherokee door right here.
Grand Cherokee. So we got everything off. These doors are nice and empty. We're pretty much ready to sand this side, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we're not going to worry about the body panels up front for now. We're going to focus on this because that's a lot of sanding alone.
Yeah,
right
we'll
there.
probably focus on the front end later. But as of right now, let's go ahead and grab a bucket of water and some 600 grit and completely sand this side.
Dang, man.
Dude, that was sketchy right there, but that's what I call taking the Hawk for a walk. Dude, it's kind of hard driving with your hands, but
Hey, don't try that at home, man.
definitely don't try that at home because it kind of looked like we were about to go through that wall there, but I just had to give it a try. But anyways, this whole entire side is completely sanded down. Everything went nice and smooth. The next thing that we're gonna move on to is probably this deck lid here. There is a lot of things that we do gotta take apart, like the tail lights, this spoiler right here, as well as this right here.
Yeah, we may even take this thing apart or even leave it on there. It just depends on how this emblem comes off right here. I believe it's screwed on.
And also we gotta like remove the camera and stuff. And this piece right here is actually plastic, so we may just completely dismantle everything. And that should be it. Then we could be able to just completely wet sand this thing. So let's just go ahead and tear it down. All right, so that is pretty much it for that trunk lid right there. We got it completely sanded and we got it completely torn apart. But what are you gonna do with these little trim pieces that came off of it?
Right now, we're actually gonna just quickly wet sand them, and we're probably gonna end up throwing these back on the trunk lid because we wanna actually minimize the amount of parts that are gonna be scattered everywhere whenever we're gonna be painting, because we are already gonna have a bunch of parts, front and rear bumper, side skirts, and all that extra stuff. So, and on top of that, you can actually have a recipe for disaster if you have a bunch of parts separate, because it can end up mismatching just by a hair, and you'll definitely tell whenever this thing is like completely put back together. So if we can put parts on this Jeep and paint it on it, we're definitely gonna do that, you know, just to get it perfect. But other than that, that should be it for the trunk lid once we knock this out. What do you say, jump on the other side?
Yeah, we're probably gonna move onto that side over there. There's a bunch of stuff that we gotta remove. There is still a few little things that we gotta remove on this spoiler wing thingy.
Yeah, just a little, I guess that's considered a little spoiler or whatnot.
Dude, imagine this in carbon, dude. How sick would that look?
That would look sick. And this piece right here going across the back, dude, that would actually look really good.
Hey, but carbon is pretty expensive. The high quality stuff.
Yeah, the good carbon. We done learned our lesson with the cheap carbon, but this high quality carbon is really expensive. But we should be good with this. It still is gonna look super killer once we get it all painted. But anyways, what do you say? Go ahead and completely wet sand all this stuff?
Yeah, let's wet sand this stuff and then we'll just keep on moving.
Let's do it. All right, so we finally got this whole entire side completely stripped down. The trim, the door handles, the badges, and even the mirror. I mean, what else do we got left on this side?
We do actually got a little bit of body work, and that is right here. We got a little ding that we thought we would just have to prime in, but that's not gonna be the case. We're actually gonna have to sand that down with a 180 and apply a little bit of glazing putty because it is a little bit deeper than we expected, but that should be a really easy fix. We'll knock that out first, and then we'll be able to wet sand. But as for the pieces that we didn't remove, and that's this trim piece right here, and obviously the trim piece built into this glass. And the reason why we didn't remove this one is because once you do remove that, you gotta actually remove these as well, and those bend when you remove them because they're 3M'd on there pretty dang hard, and they are aluminum as well.
Yeah, so it's better to just tape that sucker off, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll do a nice tape line and you won't even be able to tell. Same here, we'll do a nice tape line there. But as of right now, let's just go ahead and knock out this body work and then we'll get to sanding. Thomas is having a little feast right now.
I'm about to teach him how to walk on just 2 back legs with these smart bites right here that somebody sent us.
Somebody sent them treats right there, and Thomas is just having his afternoon snack right now. But we knocked it out actually without having to do any body work, right?
Yeah, man, there was a perfect hole behind that door. I just shoved the screwdriver in there and just popped that sucker out nice and smooth and just threw the primer, and now that's complete right there.
That's awesome. That actually saved us a lot of time there because this is actually taking a lot longer than expected. Or actually, we expected this, but it's just taking a good bit of time, right?
It's taking, I mean, just look at it now, dude. It's like 9 o'clock and it's
still daylight. It doesn't look late because of daylight saving,
Yeah.
but it is late in the day. And you can hear them bugs out there chirping.
They're just chirping away right now. But anyways, all we got left is to basically completely sand this whole entire side, throw that front end together. What do you say? We're gonna knock that out tomorrow?
Probably tomorrow in the morning.
So we'll catch you guys then.
So it is the next day here, and we just got straight to work, and we knocked some stuff out. Got the morning brew there, and we're moving right along, ain't we?
Hey, we sanded this whole entire side, and I mean, we're basically getting this thing complete right away. And we even noticed there's a few things on this fender. As you can tell, we did have some problems with some rain droplets landing on this thing whenever we painted it. So we'll probably have to completely sand those out because I don't want that to be visible through the paint. But anyways, all we got left is to basically throw on that other fender, the hood, sand those suckers down, and we'll be pretty much done with the body of the Jeep.
Exactly, yeah. We got the front and the rear bumpers. I guess that doesn't count as the body
except
and
for
the
roof.
Yeah. That roof is gonna take a good bit of sanding,
we're
dude.
probably gonna paint that completely last after we paint the whole entire body of the Jeep because there is some moldings that go on the side, so we can easily just paint that in. But
paint it separately.
Yeah, we'll paint it separately. So right now we're just gonna focus on the outside of the Jeep because if we paint the roof and that, we're gonna need like ladders and all types of stuff. You know what I mean?
That's gonna be a tricky one. We've never painted a roof that big, to be honest with you.
That tall too, you know, it's sitting up high. So I don't know, and we're thinking about painting it the same color as the Jeep or painting it black. What do you think? What
black
should
would
we
look
do?
really good, but if we do paint it black, we're actually gonna have to, let's move back here. We're probably gonna have to paint the spoiler black as well, right? That way it flows, or could you just leave it red?
We're gonna have to paint the spoiler black and also all flows properly, but we're gonna let you guys decide. Let us know what we should. What we got there? We got a delivery.
Ooh, dude.
Something for the Trackhawk. Should we show them or should we just grab the boxes?
Let's just grab the boxes, and we're gonna see for ourselves, and we may just keep it a secret.
All right, let's go get it.
You didn't want to walk that Hawk?
Man, that's too dangerous for me. I probably will send the Hawk flying.
Probably.
But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and actually put those boxes aside. We'll probably get to those in a later video, but we just got straight back to work and we completely wet sanded the whole entire body of this Jeep, other than the roof, of course. But the next thing that we're gonna do is actually go ahead and move on to our front bumper and do the exact same thing. Grab a 600 grit and completely sand it.
Alright, so we are finally done wet sanding that front bumper there, and it sanded out pretty dang quick. And the reason why is because we found out that this is actually primered from the factory, which is a really good thing. It's just gonna make sure the paint sticks to it a lot better and just gonna prevent any type of rock chips down the road. But that is pretty much gonna be it for today's video. We are running out of time. We got a lot of work done. We pretty much got the whole entire thing sanded. There is gonna be a good bit of touch-up work, and there is a few other little bits and pieces that we do gotta finish up sanding, but we are getting super close to giving this thing a fresh paint job. Hopefully here real soon, this thing will be all one color. But that is gonna be all, guys. Make sure your post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. And also, if you want an inside scoop before YouTube, definitely be sure to give us a follow on Instagram at goonzquad. And also, guys, we do got some new t-shirts on the website as well as some new hats. So if you guys wanna help support your boys, definitely be sure to visit goonzquad.com and copy something. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Be sure to drop your comments and thoughts down below. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.